Hi, my name's Thuli and I make music and play games. A little while ago, I tried to combine these passions by making a song using only sounds I got out of a very popular Twitch clip from Super Smash Bros. Melee Pro Mango. Now, the result may have been like if Satan himself tried to write a beatbox trap song, but it was a lot of fun to make, and I made it in only a couple hours while bored at my day job. So now, with the recent release of Super Mario Maker 2, I'd like to try yet again to expand on this concept by Mario Makering a song using only sounds found in the Mario Maker build menu. I was excited by the game when I first heard it was announced, pretty much right off the rip. However, the musician in me wasn't intrigued necessarily until I heard the build menu and how everything had its own voice sounds that would play in tune with the background music as you placed them. This is really cool to me. I've sampled in-game sounds from Mario in the past, so I want to focus on what is, to me, the most interesting part. So I will not be using any other game sounds, but I will, like before, allow myself to use audio effects and any other processing tools I need to use in my DAW. I'd like for it to sound good, but as long as it sounds like a song and is somewhat noticeably made of Mario Maker sounds, I'll be happy with this experiment. Let's fucking do this. Alrighty, so first sort of update as far as how I've set things up so far and how all of this works is, and also some of the problems that I've run into at this point, because there have been a lot. Okay, so basically I have, Mario Maker going, and then I have this splitter here running into these two cables, but, oh, okay, well that one dropped. So first issue I ran into is that I can't plug them in all the way. If I plug them in all the way, I get no signal whatsoever, and I have no idea why that is. But I have to basically just leave it just barely dangling in there, or else I won't get any sound. And then I have those cables running down, it's kind of hard to see, into my audio interface there. Yeah, so it's all running into here. And I have this channel here set up for it. So I just have the signal boosted, an EQ pass, and then also, a noise gate on it as well. And that's all to just cancel out the background music, which, as far as I know, you can't turn off. I don't see a setting for it. There's the game style and then the course theme. So each game style has not one, but several different themes for each course theme as far as background music goes. And I did not know this, so I went through every single course theme or every single game style and then went back to the ones I made a list of notes that of like the ones that I wanted to revisit, the ones that I thought might do well as far as being able to be EQ'd out and things like that. There are multiple, and so I didn't know that. I went back and I felt crazy because none of the ones that I had picked out sounded the same anymore. Then realizing that there are multiple and having to untrigger and re-trigger the same theme over and over again to get the right background sound. And it also is required for me to do that to get a certain pitch too, because the pitch is dependent on the background music. And so to have something that's EQ outable enough for it to sound decent, it ended up taking me a long time between the wires always falling out and the background music changing and finding the right background music and hitting the button in the right moment to get the voice to do the right note and also not be too, interrupted by the song. Took me a while. So I've got one of them. It's the standard block lay sound. Or ground block, whatever. So that's that. That's all I've gotten. And there are like hundreds of items in this game and different sounds that you can trigger. And I wanted to get all of them initially, but that took me like several hours to set up. And so at this point, those are my main issues. If I don't get the right pitch or just the tone of voice is slightly different on any of the other items, which it is for like almost all of them, I can't use the EQ that I've set up. If it's not as loud, I can't use the same gate because the transients are going to be different. Oh, by the way, I might not have explained, the splitter is splitting up the channels between left and right, because if I don't do that and I just run a single line in, then it'll be mono, which is, it'll just sound shitty. I've done it. It like, I think there's some phase cancellation issues or something like that. And so really starting to become slightly more overwhelmed with this project than I expected. Oh my fucking God. It's not working at all now. What happened? Well, now it isn't. Now it's not working at all. Oh, wait, I know why. I know why. Hold on. Okay, so I won't actually be able to demonstrate it because of the... I won't actually be able to demonstrate it because of the way that my audio is set up. I'll find some way to show this later. I don't know how to show it now. And this is its own problem, and I can't really afford to deal with those problems because I'm dealing with these problems right now. We'll see how this goes. The doubt is rising in my eyes moment by moment. I haven't done anything for it yet, except for loading all of the sounds from the Switch console onto my computer now. That isn't as simple as it sounds. There's probably a file system that you can get into through some big brain smart guy way, but I don't know that way. So what I had to do is I had to record each one by one, and that didn't work out super well. I mean, it worked out okay, but it's not as good as I would have wanted, but it's usable for now. It's tonally peculiar, but I don't know if it's quite bad. So this is an example of what would happen when I'm recording it, and that the wires would fall out, and then I'd try to adjust it to get it back in, then the other one would fall out. Just imagine me just struggling to keep these wires in as I'm recording anything, and this is the sound that would happen in between takes. You know. I don't think that it will be that bad. I think that overall, most of the super headache stuff has probably been taken care of, but I've said that before, and... Oh, wait. Whoops. Like, why does that sound all off? And it's done. There's a lot of stuff I forgot to film, but this was more of a display of my struggles than it was a tutorial, so thanks for sitting through my lengthy bitching and half-baked explanations. But here it is, a song exclusively made out of sounds from Super Mario Maker 2's build menu. So there it was. Hope you enjoyed it. It ended up being a lot more complicated to make than expected, but it was still fun. While I love Nintendo's games, their online is a poorly written segue into today's reverse sponsor. That's right, instead of taking some time out of the video to talk about a company who's paid me to say they're great, I'm going to take some time out of the video to talk about a company who didn't pay me and suck shit. Today's reverse sponsor is Nintendo Online. While Nintendo Online may have some fun and usable features, it also has A-list titles where the online is botched. Nintendo Online, charging a premium for a service that isn't even up to par with what smaller developers provide for free. Get fucked. Well, that does it for the video. Leave a comment if you have any interesting song experiment suggestions. Sub if you want to catch more videos like this. That's it. I need to go to bed.